Hey everyone, here is dinner for Monday night. I decided last night that I want to try to eat all healthy plant-based foods for the rest of the month. I'm going to try my best. So this is a recipe I found from Finding Aloha because she eats plant-based, and her channel is awesome and she has really good dinner videos. I love her, and she doesn't have that many subscribers, so you guys should go check her out. I'll put her link in the description box below. But anyway, so she made this a couple weeks ago and she got it from another YouTuber, so I'll put her recipe video for this below. But it's a mushroom stroganoff. It's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, but I figured Jared might like it, and everyone said it was good. So it's a little bit weird because it has cashew butter in it, and it's got lemon juice, it's got the pasta, mushrooms, it's got onion, some vegetable broth. She uses beef flavored veggie broth, which I couldn't find, so I just used regular veggie broth. I'm sure that beef one would have been better, but this was good enough. And there's some other, there's nutritional yeast, black pepper, salt. So I'll put the recipe below, but that's what I'll be eating along with some steamed broccoli. And then I made some chicken for Jared. It looks gross. I don't know if it's burnt or if it's just from the black stuff, because you have to scrape the black stuff off the bottom. But it still tastes really good. So it's just like a garlic butter chicken. So I'll put that recipe below as well. Just ignore that black part. And then we got some finishing up our pears and strawberries, but that's what's for dinner on Monday. For dinner on Tuesday, I made a couple different recipes. So I made goulash for Jared and the kids. This goulash recipe is pretty good, so I'll put it below. We've made it quite a few times. I also cut up a huge watermelon today. Yummy! Turned out to be a good one. And then, so I made a new recipe for myself, which I'll show you in just a second, but I also have an avocado that needs to be eaten, so I just eat that with some salt, also some of the watermelon. And there's the broccoli from last night. It doesn't look very good though, but I warmed it up. And then this recipe, here it is in the bowl. Doesn't look very good probably, but it's from my China Study cookbook. It's called Lemon Tahini Quinoa Salad. So there's all the ingredients. I did not add onions. Also, it calls for broccoli in the recipe, but I used up all of our broccoli yesterday because I forgot. So that's why I warmed up that other broccoli. But there's chickpeas, tomato, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, quinoa, and then the sauce is tahini, lemon juice, hot water, soy sauce. I use sugar, powdered garlic, and some sea salt. And I also threw some corn in there. So something different. I don't know how filling it's going to be. But that's what I'm going to be eating, and I topped it with some fresh cilantro. So that's what's for dinner on Tuesday. For dinner on Wednesday, I made a potato, white bean, and kale soup. I've made this once before. I'll put the recipe below. It's really good. It is vegan. So I'm doing pretty good at sticking to my, attempt at doing plant-based vegan as good as I can. I'm on day 3 and eating pretty healthy. So this, like I said, is delicious. It's full of flavor. It did take a while, to chop up the potatoes, and the kale was already chopped up, thankfully, but I also had to chop up garlic, onion, carrot, and celery. And then the spices are like dried rosemary, dried thyme, red pepper flakes, salt and pepper, and then there's beans in there, and there's a bunch of vegetable broth. And the potatoes and the kale are from our farmer. We got a farm box this week, and also the strawberries. So that's what we'll be having for dinner on Wednesday. For dinner on Thursday night, we're having BLTs, so just regular BLTs for everyone with cheese, lettuce, tomato, and bacon. And then for myself, I made a vegan BLT, so this is from Cookie and Kate, coconut bacon. So this is something I'm trying for the first time. It's literally just some coconut flakes, unsweetened, and then you season it with maple syrup, liquid smoke, and soy sauce, or tamari if you're gluten-free, and then you bake it in the oven. And it's crispy and has a very smoky flavor. So I put some avocado in here, topping it with the coconut flakes, and then lettuce and tomato. So I'll let you know how it is. I mean, this tastes pretty good. I mean, it tastes okay by itself. Just like I said, the smoky flavor. But yeah, then we'll probably just have some chips with it and some watermelon and strawberries. So that's what's for dinner on Thursday. Hey guys, for dinner on Friday, kind of some leftovers and some new stuff. I'm so excited. This new recipe I tried turned out good. So I got a huge head of Napa cabbage from our local farmer. I showed it a picture of it in my grocery haul, but I used only a fourth of it to make this recipe. I'll put the recipe below, and I halved the original recipe. But anyway, so it's just cabbage. I chopped up the cabbage and a couple of green onions, and then I made a mixture of some almonds, some sesame seeds, and a package of ramen noodles, not the seasoning, just the noodles. So you cook that in a little bit of butter. So this is, I'm kind of breaking my plant-based diet here, but that's okay. It was just a little bit of butter. You cook those in a little bit of butter, and then you put them on a baking sheet and bake it for about 7 to 10 minutes until those things start to brown. And then the dressing is a mixture of, I use seasoned rice vinegar instead of apple cider vinegar, and then there's also some soy sauce, there's sugar. Cost for vegetable oil, I used peanut oil, so I know that that's not, oil's not plant-based either, but you know, I wanted to use up my cabbage, and this recipe sounded good, so then you just mix it all together, and it says it has to be eaten right away, so that kind of stinks. That's why I just have the recipe, because the crunchies and stuff get soggy, but the flavor is really good. I mean, it tastes really Asian-y. You can just really taste, I guess, the vinegar and the soy sauce, so I really like it, so I'll put the recipe below. Sorry, that was a long description. But you know, Napa cabbage just isn't something that we cook with very much, so I like it when I find a really good recipe to use up that stuff. So we got some more watermelon. I'm finishing up some more of that potato, kale, and bean soup I made the other night. And the girls have some mac and cheese with the cabbage and fruit. So that's, oh, and Jared's not here. He went to dinner with some friends. So that's what's for dinner on Friday. Hey guys, for dinner on Saturday, I made some burrito bowls. So it doesn't look like much, but I've actually been in the kitchen for a while because there's so much to chop up. So I made some cilantro lime rice. I had some black beans in the freezer, so I just thawed those out and I just kind of warmed them up on the stove with like a little bit of lime juice, some jalapeno pepper, a little bit of cumin, some salt, just to give them a little bit more flavor. I've got a little bit of lettuce chopped up here. I made some pico and some guacamole, and then a cashew queso. This is a pretty good recipe. It's from my friend JD. I'll put her video below. And I've made a few different, you know, vegan quesos in the past, and this one I think is the best. If you've never had, you know, fake cheese, you can't expect it to taste like exactly like real cheese, but like I said, this one's the best one I've had. I actually really like it, and it was really easy. So I'll put her video below, and then Jared is outside grilling some chicken for his burrito bowls, which it's like a cilantro lime honey chicken. We had it marinating for a few hours, so lots of chopping up of cilantro, limes, jalapenos, tomatoes, all that stuff. But anyways, that's what we're having for dinner on Friday. For dinner on Monday, I tried a new recipe so that I could use up some of my cabbage. We got a huge head of Napa cabbage from our farm box, so this is a chicken cabbage stir fry, so it was really quick and easy except for chopping up. There's broccoli, the cabbage in there, of course, carrots, there's fresh ginger, fresh garlic. High picture. And then Jared's, so I cooked chicken with it all, but I know that sounds weird, but I'm just not eating the chicken in my part. So of course there's probably a little bit of chicken juice, but that's fine. So there's Jared's, looks much better. And then we've got some sriracha and soy sauce to top it with. And oh, the sauce was like tamari sauce, fish sauce, which I've never used before, and lime juice. Yeah, and then sesame oil at the end. And so yeah, I'll put the recipe below. We served it over some white rice, but that's what's for dinner on Monday. For dinner on Tuesday, I made this mushroom pasta with goat cheese. It's supposed to have goat cheese on it, but I can't tell if the one that I have in the fridge has been open for a few weeks, and I can't tell if it's good. It kind of smells funny, but I know goat cheese already smells funny, so I mean, I'm not wanting to eat cheese anyway, so I don't know. Jared can put some on his if he wants. But I'll put the recipe below. It's really easy and tasty. And then I just made some steamed broccoli with it, seasoned with salt, pepper, and lemon juice, and cut up a couple oranges. So that's our Meatless Tuesday dinner.